ain't gonna lie, I think it's time for me to tell my story. Before we start the story time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to your girl. Thank ya. I ain't gonna lie, I think it's time for me to tell my story. Cause I came in, I feel like I done lived through so much crazy stuff that's happening in the military. It's ridiculous. So let me tell y'all. Hold on, let me just, because I don't got time for them to be talking all that mess. Anyways, I came in February 11th, 2020. Before that happened, 2 weeks before that happened, they was declaring war. I won't say war, but they had this something either in Iran, Iraq, one of the eyes, okay? And I was trading at the time. So I'm like, oh, gold about to go up. Oh, oil about to da-da-da. Whatever. Besides the fucking point. So I get into boot camp. I'm trying to figure out why everything quarantined in San Antonio. COVID had just, nobody really thought about it. It wasn't really big. I'm going to say a month into boot camp, they didn't cancel everything. COVID is COVID. Like, it's real deal. This is a real deal spiel. Hold on. All right, so listen with me now. So not only did everything get quarantined, it's probably like our 4th week of training. They transfer us from our squadron that we've been at for 4 weeks. So, we done got close to our brother flight, sister flight, brother flight. We like this. Flight 264, 263, we like this, okay? You couldn't beat us. They talking about 324, disperse. Get all your stuff. This is not a drill. We didn't got in trouble so much we thought we got in trouble for something that we didn't even know that we got in trouble for, but the whole time they really needed to move us because there was an outbreak. So being that there was an outbreak, because one of the little baby flights came from a red state, we had to move all of our stuff. So not only did the 4 flights that were in the squadron have to move, but they dispersed to 2 different squadrons, and then we became hybrids. So we went from being knights in shining armor to them nasty warthogs. But we're not going to speak on that because we're hybrids. Okay, we're both. All right. I'm just saying. Again, stay with me. So not only did we have to disperse, so you have 2 of the OGs from the Knights going to 2 other squadrons. They end up being split up. And then you have Brother Flight and Sister Flight. We stayed together. 263, 264. We stuck together, okay? We went from Knights in shining armor to Warthogs. And, they didn't tell us what all to expect. We went from, gym pop jail or prison to maximum security prison, okay? Crazy work, okay? They call it Disneyland, but baby, it's beyond that. Alcatraz was more of a Disneyland, but it just looked a little dusty, okay? It was a little Section 8 looking. But at least we had heart and we cared about each other. Now that maximum security prison called Disneyland, it might have had a lot of showers, but it ain't had a lot of hot water, okay? And them MTIs was hard. But besides the point, we didn't know that we were supposed to say certain shit. And now we all upset because our parents can't come to graduation. Stay with me. And because our parents couldn't come to graduation, we were told this in 3rd week. So we kind of starting to okay, this is really getting real. And we ain't got no TV. We ain't got no phone. We ain't got nada. No telephone, no. Only the letters that's being written. And the little bulletin board that has that one little piece of paper with all the information on it. If you hit my car. Anyways, with all the information on it in the day room, you don't know nothing else unless they tell you something, okay? So you just left in the dust, left in the dark, unless you get a note or a letter or they tell you, okay? Cool, whatever. So not only are our parents not allowed to come to graduation, we just got us. We've been split up. Now we dang, are we going to have to stay here because, quarantine? How is that going to work? Flying? Is it airborne? Everybody's so it gets to 6 weeks of training. Let me tell y'all something. Stay with me. But other than that, we ain't got no type of information. Nada. Nothing. Zilch. Zero. So as all the information is coming in, we are on 6 weeks of training. 6 weeks of training. We are with, we have already transitioned. It's probably our 1st or 2nd week into maximum security prison, aka the Warthogs. Low, slow, kill everything but low. Head asses. You feel me? So not only we're doing that, they're telling us, hey, you guys have to cut up one of your shirts. You mean this shirt? For what? They talking about You guys need to make a mask. We're going to show you guys how to make a mask. Out of the sleeve of my shirt that I had to pay for, first off, y'all gave us a card telling us, this is your Eagle card. This will help pay for things while you're in the whole time. The first time I go to the BX, y'all done swipe, and then y'all start. I only picked up 4 things. It should have only been $20. Why did my total? I just don't understand. What do you mean? The total came up to like 200 something. No, I'm lying. It came up to $420 some dollars. I'm like, I'm sitting here like she got this paper just. Like, I'm looking at my battle buddy looking at me, and we trying to figure out where this money coming from. Where is this expenses coming? I only have 4 things in my hand, huh? They're talking about, oh, it's for everything in your backpack that you have on. Need that. It don't come with the service? Oh my gosh. So not only did I just spend $400 on my first BX trip, I'm like, now I got trust issues. That's where I should have started. So anyways, so that's going. They're talking about cut up your shirt. Baby, I had to walk up a mountain, up a bridge in the hot double time harch, okay? And you telling me I gotta cut my shirt? Excuse me? Stay with me now. It gets crazier. And I'm just flabbergasted, okay? So not only am I already upset because, like, baby, I just spent $420 on something that I thought came with the service, but it didn't. And now you telling me to cut up this that I walked in the heat double time hard for? Preposterous, I said. Preposterous. So now I'm like, all right, cool. Like, now I got trust issues with y'all because I thought I was getting paid good money. Whole time y'all taking it. When y'all could have just not given us the money and had it paid for the stuff that y'all was having us do. Besides the point. Anyways, they give us 6 of these to roll up. Now there's only 5 of them rolled up. And now we got 2, using 2 of our sleeves to cover our mask. That ain't covering nothing. We just wasted some material. Only to find out. No, this is when we came back. I'm sorry, guys. I totally messed that up. This is when we came back from Beast Week. And for the newbies who don't know what Beast Week is, because y'all got this Patreon day or something, it's when we had to be in the trenches and shower and nasty in the woods, okay? When I say the woods, we had these nice, like, insulated tents, you know, like they had AC, don't get me wrong. And that was the best sleep I had. Oh my gosh, that was the best sleep. The only bad part is when you have to, like, get in all your gear so you can go pee in the middle of the night and it's dark and ain't no lights. So you gotta use your little flashlight and then you gotta sign a paper to say that you want. Besides the point, y'all don't have that no more. I don't think, yeah, from what I'm hearing based off the airman I'm seeing, soft. But yeah, so we going through all of that and then we all come back. So all the flights, if you remember in the beginning, all the flights that was in my squadron, the 2 that were separated, they came back and we was all one squadron again. We was knights again. You feel me? We was reunited and it feels so good. So now, I still got this on. So now, we all come back. They split back again. Then they talking about cut up your shirts. Now we only have 5 shirts. Only for them to give us masks at the end of the freaking week. Screw. I'm not talking like, oh, like the green mask that we created. No, they started issuing us out actual freaking masks. Like medical mask. And I'm like, so we didn't cut up our shirt. You know how much this shirt costs? This shirt is $14.50. It's probably more than that now that the economy's higher than a giraffe's ass, okay? But all I'm saying is, y'all could have been did that. Y'all could have been did that though. But y'all had me cut up my shirt? Wasn't happy about that. So now that I'm not happy about that, you know, you just gotta do what it do. So then we become a flight and everything is digitized. And then after everybody graduates, you know, we got our mask on. So yeah, folks is really, they gotta be like really seeing who you really are to figure out who you was when, you know, you had to do your outro. You feel me? We didn't do the little run like everybody. We didn't get to do the airman's run. We didn't get to do none of that. So, you know, we just sitting here like, okay, it's time to go home. Give us our phone. Then they bring all of the 7 weekers in one, like all of them. And when I say all 7 weekers, as in everybody that was graduating that week, they transferred the ones who were 6 weekers and below to a different squadron. And every single person that was graduating and leaving all came to one freaking like atrium where everybody graduated or whatnot. And we all ate there. We all, like, you know, the whole regular routine. For those who don't know the routine, you know, it goes through your whole training. We still have to abide by the rules even after we graduate and become airmen. But there's this thing where you got to do like your call sign, and then, you know, prepare to enter the Dynas facility, flight 264, but there's freaking tons of them. Y'all, we ran out of food. We ran out of food. And we was waiting outside for like an hour and some change, trying to see if we even gonna get in. We finally get in, and there's barely any food left. Like, we was really going through the shits, for real. Like, it's not a game. So, not only that, you got, like, because we were coming from a different squadron in the beginning, we had I'm talking hating ass sergeants. Like, them MTIs, there was this one little short little dude. He's like, that's why y'all got red belts. Y'all run slow. Y'all don't know how to march. Because at Alcatraz, you have a swag to your lean. You have a swag lean when it comes to marching, and you know how to march. You get to Disneyland, they march like robots. Nobody wants to see that. So because we had heart and swag, they was mad. And that short little dude, he's talking about you're running incorrectly. That's why y'all have red what are those things? Reflective belts. And I'm like, you know me. I was like, sir, Trainee Sellers reports his order. That's not. And I was like, you know what? Let me shut the hell up. First off, we don't have the colors that we had because y'all ran out of them. It's not our fault. And y'all don't have that many green belts or blue belts. So what the fuck is you talking about? That comes to say, so not only that, you know, like, that's just one part. You feel me? That's just my boot camp experience. You feel me? Boot camp experience. That's how that ended. But we all graduated. We said our goodbyes. Everybody was sad. You know, we had ups and downs. Everything was great. If y'all want more in-depth stories, let me know. But I'm just saying, that's just one of the first few weeks of being in the military. I was just like, this is a lot. This is really a lot. And then, don't get me started on after then tech school. You got all these raids and stuff they got going on. It's just like, what's really tea? So not only did I live through COVID in the United States, I went to the UK. Everything shut down. They don't play over there. Okay, you come in any type of contact, baby, you're a goner. 2 weeks, done. There's no question, no if, answer, but you're not getting on that flight and you're not going outside for 2 fucking weeks. You hear me? And then they want to start stuff in Ukraine. Oh, no. What? Okay, I might have jumped the gun on that one first. Hold on. So got to the UK. It's snowing. Everything's locked down. Finally get the a little bit of open up, but you gotta do all these extra things just to go to another country. So by the time you do all this stuff, you don't even really want to go to the country no more. So boom, we passed that. Now everything's open. We Gucci. Everything's fine, dandy, and fine and handy. You feel me? So now we fast forward to probably like 8 months into the UK. 9 months into the UK, 10 months into the UK, a year in the UK, and they talking about, something about Afghanistan. And I'm like, what's going on in Afghanistan? They sending people to Afghanistan. People are trying to get on a plane to come back here. Now we over here doing all this other stuff. And I'm just like, we in the real military. For real type shit. You feel me? So not only did we live through that, then this whole Ukraine stuff, so not only is, like I said, y'all staying with me, and I appreciate y'all staying with me because it just gets crazier and crazier each year that I'm in. So not only does the UK don't got no AC unless you got a pretty penny, baby, it's hot. Everything is melting for some odd reason. The trains don't want to work because it's overheated and stuff is melting because they're not used to this type of heat. They stuff is just not built for heat, okay? They just built for cold. So the heat wave did the due diligence with that shit, and then along with all this other stuff coming out, we finally get like a little cool down. We're like, all right, cool. Everything good. My friend, she PCS. Her PCS was like in January. I leave in February. I'm getting my hair cut. Yes, I was getting my hair cut. I had a fade. Thank you very much. And on the news, it's talking about a dang earthquake in Turkey. I'm like, damn. And then, on top of that, prior to that, the freaking queen dies. And then, prior to my friend going to Turkey and having a big old earthquake, in August, there was the queen died. So now, not only do I'm in history with a pandemic, then you also got possible wars breaking out and people getting you feel me? Now the queen dies. That woman was almost a centennial, okay? She was almost, she probably had 3 more years before she turned 100. But still, and even before her, no, we lost her first. So once we lost her, it was like, dang. And the year before that, we lost Betty White. It was just like, what is going on? What is going on? So now the queen is gone. It's 12 days of mourning. You can't see nothing nice on TV. And because it's 12 days of mourning, so everybody got to mourn and see the life of the queen. And now you get to see all this ascension, and it's just pat. I tell you, I've had a time in the United States of America. United States of America, U.S. Air Force, baby. United States of America Air Force. I've had a time. And you know what? I be having a love-hate situation. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's a love-hate, but the people that I've grown to love so much and clicked with and just like cherished with my heart, it came from besides my family. I have a friendship that I know is gonna last for a lifetime because the military brought me here. So I'm very, very, very appreciative. But this is a lot. This is a lot. From the moment I got in to now, there's just a lot going on and there's a lot of process. And quite frankly, I know I got some PTSD somewhere up in there. So, VA, if you're watching, I've been through a lot, okay? I've been through a lot. And then, like, Korea, cool. You had a little, cool. Now, you're in the U.S. Yeah, that's my life, guys. And that's it. Bye.